Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for the collective for Monday, March 4th, 2019. This is also, I have a little announcement. This will be the last daily reading until further notice. I've received the guidance from Spirit to discontinue those dailies. Once I receive the message to pick them back up again, or I get requests from people to do them, I would gladly oblige. But for now, I'm just going to continue doing the bi-weekly reading for each zodiac signs, okay? And also reminder, folks, I am an intuitive reader. I do use the cards, but I do channel messages from Spirit. So the way I read the cards may not be the usual way you see them being interpreted. So one day I may see this card here, which is the Eight of Cups in the After Tarot deck. I may, like right now I'm looking at it, my eyes is going to that red, the blood coming out of that one cup that's spilled over. That's where my eyes are drawn to. And one day I may be looking at this guy. That's where Spirit is guiding my eyes to, my intuition to. That's where the message lays. Or it may be the mountains, or maybe the water, or maybe her hair. So my reading are not just based on the card, and it's not always always linear. I don't know the best word to use here, but I do channel messages, and I do use my intuition in reading in reading the cards and bringing forth the messages from Spirit. Okay, and I truly do believe that one should not be doing readings if you do not feel balanced in yourself, or if you feel like you are not if you feel like you're not in a place of peace and harmony within yourself, unless you're guided to do so. There are times where you're picking up energy from the collective, from other people, from the environment, and Spirit is guiding you to deliver a message. You may have to do so then, but you also know the difference. But when it's something personal, when you feel like you're kind of like out of balance, that may affect the reading, okay? Your own personal energy at this point. So I say all this is to let you know, I don't feel a sense of obligation that I have to get readings out every day when I'm doing the dailies. It's more like, okay, what guidance, what message do you have for us, Spirit? And there's always message out there for somebody. And even if it's two people who watch those readings, that means those two people are the ones who needed to hear this message the most. Because if somebody needs to receive this message from me, they will find the video some way, somehow. Okay, they'll be guided towards it. And we have some jumpers. So we had the Moon and the Nine of Cups, but we are not ready. I'm gonna put all of those back in. Okay. Here we go. Spirit, what message do you have for the collective for this Monday? What message do you have for the collective for this Monday? Message you have for the collective for this Monday. Okay. Mine sticks telling me, oh, this is the After Tarot. This is the title card. It wanted to come out. That's before I cut it. I'm gonna leave it out because it's almost I was holding it in my hand. It's the High Priestess, a High Priestess sitting on it. We have the Strength card, we have Judgment, and we have the Knight of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have here the Four of Discs. That's an interesting Four of Discs. You see the skeleton there in the back? It literally shook me out for a second. Okay. So we have the title card. This is all about you, right? The title card is what this deck is about, the name of the deck. This is insert your name for this reading, and I shall do the same for myself. So this is all about us, like personally, okay? So the Four of Discs is a weird Four of Discs. Like, this is the After Tarot. So there's a real sense of fear here to guard what is yours. As if someone, the Grand Reaper, is going to come and get it from you. a sense of like you need protection. Look at this. There is like the black coating of his red robe, of his red dress there. And by the way, at the bottom of this is the world card. Every time I pick up that four of disc is the world card that's staring right back at me. So there is what's facing us. This is what's at the bottom of the deck that's facing this reading. It's a sense of we really feel like we need to protect our material gains, to protect ourselves, our resources. Okay, there's a real sense of fear here in this four of disc, that someone, there's a dark cloud hovering over. There's a sense of threat to your security, your financial security. That's why some of you may be worrying about or thinking about at this point on this Monday here. And here we have the Strength card. Angelic Karma, which is one of my favorite reader. I get a lot of guidance from here on YouTube. I always say whenever you see the Strength card, you know the devil is lurking somewhere. And here we have the Strength card. And here the lion is not worrying, right? He looks almost like she's giving him a hug. It's like, okay, this is after she has tamed the beast, right? Now it's like, okay, we can have a cuddle. So this is the expressions on both of their faces is what I'm drawn to in this Strength card. This is number 8, number of expansion, right? Of also creativity, number 8. So there's a real sense, and we have the infinity symbol here on top of her as usual. It shows on the Strength card to show a sense of I guess protection and a sense of eternity, right? The circle, never-ending circle of life, or interwoven circle of life, as it was, as above so below, as it is now, it will be, it shall be again, right? It keeps on going. So here we need to muster our strength to really overcome whatever it is that causing that fear. Whatever that threat is, that sense of threat that we have, it may be justified to feel this threat because the spirit is calling you to really harness your strength. Okay, we're dealing with whatever that we have here, and it's something that you can do. That's in your name. That's your burden to carry. Because the first card that was on top of the deck before I even caught it, it's almost like it was hard in under my hand. Like I felt it. It's like I needed to pick it up, and I did before I even cut the deck. And that's the title card for this deck, the After Tarot. And what's on it is the High Priestess. So there's a true sense here, deep within you. Your intuition will lead you on how to proceed with that situation you're dealing with. Okay, there's a sense of it's only you who can save yourself from that threat by harnessing your strength. Okay, and in the middle here we have, under that title card, we have the Judgment card, and here we have we see the baby and infant and the couple. They're like literally up in the air going towards the skies, and the angel is still playing that trumpet, calling home the believers. It's the time of reckoning. It's the time of judgment. It's time to go meet your maker. So what this is telling us is that this is almost, it's time. If you have been disciplined, right? We're in the time of Saturn here. If we have been disciplined in carrying out your business, if you have been disciplined in the way you deal with your financial obligations, then you have nothing to worry about. Okay, you will overcome this, whatever this is. Nothing can shake your foundation. But if you haven't been, and the day of reckoning is here, if you haven't been disciplined in how you either the way you gain your money or the way you protect your resources, then you may have some explaining to do. Okay, you may be at risk for your gain to be taken away. Okay, and what we have next is the Knight of Swords. Look at this. It's a bloody Knight of Swords in the After Tarot. This is in full battle mode Nine of Swords. Okay, this is not just carrying out the the messages. Knight of Swords. This is Knight of Swords in action, carrying out a mission. Okay, so there will be a price to pay for whatever it is that happened here. So if you know you're in the right, you did the right thing, you did what you were supposed to do, you follow all the rules, especially if you are you have a business, if you are responsible for other people resources. Okay, let's say you're a financial planner, you're an investment banker or whatnot, there will be a price to pay. Okay, and even if it's just you personally, as we have that title card here, okay, that needs to come come clean about your dealings. Okay, and here I'm getting a real sense of finances here. And if it's just you personally that needs to come clean with tax season, perhaps some of you have some tax obligations, or some things you didn't keep your receipts, or some things that you claimed you shouldn't have. There will be a price to pay, and the Knight of Swords is very fast moving. Okay, but here this is a knight in full battle. It's almost like there is a sense of mental dexterity to it, but it's also a sense of perhaps legally. Okay, you may have to go to court to defend yourself, to defend your reputation. This is the Woman's Angel cards, and we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday times, and children came at the bottom. And what I'm getting here, with the kid is at the center here, going towards the trumpet. And what I'm getting here, for those of you, this is a romantic situation. I feel like there needs to be almost like a restructuring. Okay, a restructuring of the accounts, of the balances. Your love life is being affected by children. It's as if two people were singles, they came together, whether you're living together now or you're now married, and there needs to be a sense of a joint finances. You need to talk about it. Okay, I don't have to discuss your romantic feelings here, but I really feel a sense of that, because there's someone who feels like their resources are being threatened, that something is going to get taken away from them. They feel a sense to, they need to protect what is theirs. But if this is a family situation and there are kids involved here, if you have some kind of bad habits, okay, the devil talks about addictions, bad habits, codependency. This may be what you need to overcome, to learn how to share, to learn how to have a come together, because the judgment is also reconciliation, right? To come to know how to reconcile your accounts together, okay? So you can really enjoy the resources as a family. They're all rising together towards the skies here, okay? What they leave behind is a skeleton. They have no need for that. That skeleton here is gonna be left behind. That thread is gonna be left behind. It's the same skeleton here that remains in those caskets. But they go up whole, in the nude, as they were created, as they came into the world, to their maker, vulnerable, open. There's nothing to hide anymore, right? And what's at the center is that child. So if you are bringing finances together, or you need to find a way to reconcile your accounts, whether as a couple or you have to keep certain things separate, there needs to be some kind of discussion, or overcoming old habits or bad habits or negative tendencies in finances, or trying to hoard money, or trying to overspend, to put the family first, especially when there are children involved, so you can really enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, so you can have extra money to spend, so you can really, as a family, to share in the resources. Because what's the point of doing all that work if people, we're all gonna go, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna be in that casket, everything stays behind. Look, everything stays in that casket. The only thing you take with you up to the skies, you take up to the angels in the day of reckoning, is yourself, your spirit, your soul. What you leave behind, it stays behind for those that are behind, for your kids. So there's no point in hoarding. There's no point in feeling a sense of threat. So you need to overcome. For those of you that are dealing with some kind of financial issues, especially in regards to somebody else that are keeping secret account, or you feel like if you open up too much, someone's gonna take away from you. You're going to be at the losing end. You really need to have a get together with yourself to ask yourself, why am I doing all this for? What am I doing all this work for? What's the purpose of all this? And when I go, what do I take with me? Okay, and how much can I share? How much can I? Who's more important? What are the most important people? What's the most important thing for me in my life right now? Okay, and all that hard work, I do it for what if I cannot enjoy and I cannot share it with those people that I care about in my life? This is the message I'm getting here from Spirit, and I thank you so much for your continued support. And as I said at the beginning, this will be the last daily for the foreseeable future. Like, comment, subscribe if you do feel like doing so, and I will see you soon at mid-month for the bi-weekly readings. And I'm sending you so much love. Have a wonderful Monday and rest of the week. Remember, love is the only answer.